last night you were going to have a discussion with Juan. Did you have that talk, and how did that go?
Yeah, I'll say what I said last night, but I'm not going to get into the back and forth whether I talked to him or not. I'm going to keep that in-house. The one thing I'll tell you is that as a manager, my job is to continue to coach him, continue to support him, continue to teach him. Same thing with the coaches, and we will continue to do that. Same thing we've been doing since day one is our job, and I'll leave it at that.
When you have a player of that caliber of talent, how can you support him best in the situation where maybe he hasn't experienced a lot of strife or failure before?
Yeah, in a lot of different ways, in understanding that they're human, and a lot of times the frustrations are going to get the best out of them, especially a guy like that, which is, he's so talented and has so much success early in his career. And, like right now he feels like maybe, he could do a little bit more for the team, and he's part of it. And that's part of the conversation here, understanding the personnel. But at the same time, a guy like him, he wants to be challenged. He wants to be coached. And that's what makes him special.
Do you feel like he's disappointed in his start?
I wouldn't say it, but knowing the player, I'm pretty sure there's something there, because again, he's elite. He's a special player, and he cares. He cares a lot. So I don't know.
Do you think he's comfortable here yet, or is he still in the process of doing that?
I think he's comfortable, but again, everything is new. I will say not only a new team, but just the new contract, expectations. Like he's always been in winning teams and won a World Series. But there's a new territory for him, and again, that's our job. As an organization to continue to help him. But I do feel like he's in a good place. And look, I think it's about results there too. And I think there's a lot of noise here, but he's gonna be fine. He's too good of a player, and like I said, we'll be right there with him.
Do you think that's something he realizes, that he's a focal point, that he signs that kind of contract, comes over here, that everything he does is going to be under the microscope? Well,
yeah. I mean, when you sign that type of contract, there's going to be more eyes on you, and he knows that, and he embraced that. This is nothing. It's new because of the contract, but as far as like he's always been a superstar, and when you're a superstar, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you. Every move you make, everything that you do. So I wouldn't say I think he's comfortable, and again, I think he's just a good player here. Probably not getting the results he wants.
After we spoke to you last night, he spoke and maybe minimized the idea of not running out that fly ball a little bit. How did you take those comments?
Yeah, I think frustration got the best out of him. And I truly believe that. That's my take on it.
What do you say frustration? You mean frustration with his results?
With his results, yeah. Because I'm not gonna make excuses for him here, but I've seen that play here in this ballpark plenty of time. Where a guy hits a ball off the monster and they think they got it and they don't get to second base. I'm not gonna make. It's just how can we continue to help him? How can we continue to teach you, coach you? And that's what we'll do, and that's what I'll do as a manager. That's my responsibility. That's my job, and he'll be fine.
How difficult can it be for Juan and some of these other guys to block out all the outside noise, especially when what you're seeing may not be reflective of the reality in here?
It starts with me as a manager. My job is to block that noise. There is a lot of noise right now, and it's nothing new for us. And it's nothing new for the guys in there. There are a lot of guys there that were here last year, a lot of guys that got a lot of experience here in New York. And they know what it means, especially when you're going through situations like this. It's all part of it. We'll be together. We'll stay together. We'll have each other's back here, and we'll block all that noise. That's all it is. It's noise. We go out there. We got to win a game to win, and we got a series here. We have an opportunity to win a series, and that's what we'll continue to try and do. I believe on those guys. They're in a good place, and if there's a team that knows how to handle adversity, it's this team. And again, it's just a little bit of noise right now.
Carlos, you spend a lot of time in Yankees organization. Do you think that noise was worse than you expected before the series?
The noise is always going to be noise, especially in New York. Whether it's the Yankees, whether it's the Mets, There's always, the little things are not going to be little here in New York. There's always big deals, and we just have to learn how to deal with it, embrace it, keep moving forward, learn from different situations, different experience, and that's what we'll do.
He also had to play Sunday night where he was slow, kind of getting out of the box. To you, was maybe that one worse than last night?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I said what I said yesterday, and my job is to make sure that, guys are ready to go. And, if we need to address situation, we'll address them. And, which one is the guy's competing. I'll tell you that. He's a competitor. So you watch the way he's running the bases. He's everything. It happens, man. They're humans. And I think that the frustrations got the best out of him in this particular case here. Probably the past couple of days. I mean, he's been through a lot. He's human. He's 26, man. He's gonna be fine. He's Juan Soto.
Last year, when certain issues arose, they were also addressed internally. You had guys like J.D. Martinez, Francisco Lindor talking to some of the younger guys. Are you seeing that same pattern this year? Yeah, and it's not just the past couple of days. It's from day one. Even when we're winning games, there's always the leadership group always pushing guys, always looking for ways to get better. Not necessarily when things are not going our way. I think since day one, like I said, we got not only great players, but really good leaders in there that they know how to handle the goods and not so good and the ups and downs. And, here we are, So because we do it, frequently. It's not that this is new for us and somebody needs to step up. If someone needs to step up, it's me.
It seemed like a pretty long hitters meeting. Was there anything to that? What was kind of the messaging today, after these last few games?
I don't know if it was long or not. I mean, sometimes they run short, sometimes they go longer. Sometimes players speak, sometimes more coaches will say. That's, but yeah, I wouldn't put too much whether it was a longer meeting today or not.
What do you think of the way Beatty's handled third base for you defensively?
Good. He's playing really good. I think he continues to make strides. He continues to get comfortable there. We saw another play yesterday, a bullet right at him, and the way he handled it, the internal clock, the awareness, the footwork, the glove, the arm, his ability to throw from different angles. I feel like he's in a good place right now defensively.
Last week, David talked about wanting the team to get better defensively. What are the ways that you guys go about doing that during the season?
We'll continue to work, obviously. Sarbi, I know, is right on top of that with the guys. It comes down to executing the routine plays, and I feel like, as of late, there's been a couple of, we're not asking them to make spectacular plays. If that happens, great, but routine plays, that's the one thing that we gotta master. In order for us to win baseball games, we need to complete plays. We need to make the routine plays, make them routine, and we haven't, and I feel like especially when you're playing against good team, they're gonna make you pay for it. If you give them extra outs, extra 90 feet, extra at bats, the lineup continue to turn over, you're going to be in trouble. So we'll clean it up. We got good defenders. It's just part of it.
When you look at the fact that the team hasn't homered in 5 games or whatever it is, do you feel like it's just the talent of the pitching that you're going against, or are you seeing a kind of a universal approach in what they're doing?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things here. You got to give credit to the pitching staff. Guys, we've just faced the Yankees. I'm going to go back. We face Pittsburgh and, Skeens and those guys. They're no joke. And then this is another good pitching staff here. We got to make adjustments. They're making adjustments to us. But there's a lot of good hitters there. It's rare that we've gone, what is it, about a week, 5 games that we haven't hit a homer. But hopefully we hit a few today.
You're going to keep your pitching in line through the homestand?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Blackburn, did he throw
Wednesday, he's pitching again. I think the goal is for him to get to 80 pitches, I think it is, yeah. Tomorrow, Wednesday, yeah.
And do you know what's going to happen after that?
I think we got a decision there after that.
Manaya, Montas, anything?
Yeah, bullpen for Manaya tomorrow, up and down. Montas is throwing a live BP again. 2 ups, I think it is, tomorrow in Brooklyn.